This is our group's video presentation for MCP1. Our group includes Thomas, Grace, Tamsin, and Chris. We have identified 4 major problems for Besky. First is their reliance on plastic packaging. Second is their poor inventory management. Third is their mistreatment of employees. And lastly is their profit-driven supplier relationships.
The first recommendation is implementing a transparent supply chain monitoring and improvement framework. The recommendation is designed to tackle some of Besky's biggest supply chain challenges, including inventory inefficiencies, unfair supplier treatment, and sustainability issues. It includes 3 main components. First, real-time inventory management will address stockouts and overstocking by allowing Besky to track inventory levels accurately, especially for perishables to minimize waste and financial losses. Second, supplier performance checking will measure and track supplier performance, ensuring fair treatment and promoting ethical business practices across the supply chain. Third, publicly available sustainability reports will provide transparency regarding Besky's environmental and social initiatives. This will not only rebuild consumer trust, but also help Besky align with modern expectations of sustainability and corporate responsibility. Now, let's discuss how these tasks can be carried out. First, developing a real-time inventory management system. This requires investment in technology, such as software and hardware, that can track stock levels across all warehouses and retail locations. Alerts will be set up to notify the team in real time about stockouts or overstocking. Second, implementing supplier performance tracking Besky will need to define clear performance metrics that measures supplier reliability, quality, and ethical practices. Suppliers will be regularly assessed based on these metrics to ensure transparency and fairness. Lastly, creating public sustainability reports. Data will be collected regarding Besky's environmental impact, community engagement, and supply chain practices. These reports will then be published on Besky's website, ensuring transparency and fostering a strong relationship with consumers and stakeholders. Each of these tasks will be overseen by different departments and teams within Besky. The supply chain manager will be responsible for overseeing the real-time inventory management system and ensuring it functions smoothly with support from the IT department and warehouse staff. The procurement manager will lead the implementation of the supplier performance tracking system, working closely with the supplier relations team to establish performance metrics and engage with suppliers. Finally, the CSR manager will take charge of developing and publishing the sustainability reports with support from the data analyst and marketing team to ensure that the reports are both accurate and well communicated to the public. Each of these departments will play a crucial role in ensuring the success of this initiative.
Let's now consider the timeline for this plan. Real-time inventory management system. This task will take around 3 to 6 months in place across all of the Besky warehouse and retail location. The system will be rolled out in phase to ensure smooth integration. Supplier performance tracking system. This will take about 2 to 4 months to set up. During the time, Besky will define supplier metric and begin tracking their performance. Public sustainability reports. The first sustainability report will be available within 3 months, with quarterly updates thereafter. Those will be posted on the Besky website and made accessible to the public. Now let's discuss the costs involved in implementing this recommendation. First, real-time inventory management system. This will involve technology costs such as software and hardware, along with the necessary training for the staff to ensure proper use of the system. Second, supplier performance tracking system. Besky will incur development and monitoring costs, including setting up and the tracking system and engaging with supplier to ensure they meet performance standard. Last, public sustainability report. There will be cost of collecting and analyzing data, as well as communication and marketing expense to publish report effectively. Here are some potential problems that could be arise during the implementation of this recommendation. First, resistance to change, where employee or supplier may be reluctant to adopt new system or process and technology, especially if they involve additional work or familiar system. Second, data accuracy, or maintain the accuracy of the real-time data, both for inventory and supplier performance could be challenging, particularly in fast-moving or complex supply chain. Third, cost and the resource were upfront cost for technology, and training could be strained the Besky financial resource, requiring careful budget management. Last, supplier cooperation, where some supplier might resist the performance tracking or be unwilling to share data, which can hinder the effectiveness of the system and affect the Besky ability to ensure timeliness across the supply chain.
I'm going to talk about recommendation 2, enhancing employee welfare programs at Besky. There is the description of how Besky could enhance its employee welfare programs. First, corporate social responsibility. It's essential that Besky continues to operate ethically, balancing profit with ecological and social concern. This commitment boosts our public image and connects employees to meaningful mission. Second, by focusing on employee welfare, we ensure that employees feel valued as key stakeholders. This leads to increasing loyalty, productivity, and overall organization success. Third, the idea of social exchange emphasizes a mutually beneficial relationship between the company and employees, with both parts feel they're gaining value. It enhances trust and drives company growth. Next, workplace well-being is critical. Providing flexible schedule, matching healthy support and skill development opportunities ensure job satisfaction and reduce burnout. Finally, employee and manager training. By investing in regular training programs, we help employees grow professionally and faster post-work. Place culture reducing risk and in earning the trust of stakeholders. To complement the change, there are a few key steps. First, offering more stable contracts. Besky should be shifted to offering long-term, stable contracts to ensure job security. Second, employee training programs. Comprehensive training, especially for consumer-facing roles and managers, should be rolled out. This will help improve skills, performance, and consumer interactions. Third, increasing flexible for employments. By introducing flexible work arrangements, such as flexible hours and remote work, it will allow employees to better balance their personal and work life, leading to higher satisfaction. Then I'm going to talk about who will carry out these tasks. The HR department will lead the efforts in implementing stable contracts and managing the overall employee welfare change. The training and developing team will be responsible for designing and implementing the employee training programs. They will also work with external trainer or consulting to provide specialized leadership training for managers. Managers at all levels will play an important role in making sure flexible work arrangements are carried out with their teams.
The timeline for implementing these employee welfare initiatives is as follows. First, redesign employment contracts. This will begin immediately with a 3-month timeline for reviewing and transitioning eligible employees to stable contracts. This task will be carried out across all Besky locations. Next, employee training programs. Development of training programs will take about 3 to 6 months to fully implement. With the first wave of training targeting management and customer-facing roles, training will be conducted in Besky's main office locations and remotely if needed. Lastly, flexible work policies. A pilot program for flexible working will be rolled out within 4 to 6 months for departments where it is feasible, such as IT and administration. This will later be expanded company-wide depending on the results. By sticking to this timeline, Besky will start seeing improvements in employee satisfaction and retention within a relatively short period. Now, let's discuss the costs involved in implementing this recommendation. The major cost categories will include employee training, indirect costs, and opportunity costs. Under employment training, there are training costs that includes things like programs and trainers. It also includes implementation costs such as items for training. Indirect cost has a loss of productivity during training and programs, and also the use of HR's time to oversee and allocate the trainings. And also an opportunity cost. Doing this recommendation will cause Besky to give up the opportunity to spend on other things such as better suppliers and technologies. While this initiative has the potential to greatly improve Besky's employee welfare, there are several challenges to be aware of. Number 1, employee resistance. Some employees might resist changes, especially if they feel that additional work or responsibility is given. Clear communication will be essential to manage expectations. Number 2, training logistics. Organizing and scheduling training for a large number of employees could be logistically challenging, especially for those in customer-facing roles that are difficult to replace during training sessions. Number 3, implementation cost. The investment required for training, flexible work policies, and contract redesign may strain Besky's resources. Practically, if short-term profits are impacted, it's important to budget for these costs strategically. Number 4, maintaining flexibility. Ensuring that flexible work policies are successfully integrated across all roles and departments may be difficult, especially in jobs where physical presence is crucial, such as in-store positions or supply chain roles.